Is it because of the fact that I'm trying to immerse myself into the whole archery community? That I become more aware of the fucking nonsense that would be going on. Well, I think it's fucking nonsense. And then it's like, where is it coming from?
What do you mean the nonsense?
Well, all this bullshit now with the target thing, that's just fucking mental health as far as I'm concerned. That's,
what?
You can't have the gorilla in Limerick. You can't have
fucking
Halloween fucking looking things.
Oh, yeah, the approved targets.
Do you know what I mean? Come on. Do you know how much, you know how much those targets are? If they can get if any club can get a bunch of targets at a deal, they should be allowed to fucking use them. As long as there's a kill in it, and we'll say the ring, whatever. As long as that's on it, let them use it the fuck and shut the fuck up. Endangered species. What the fuck is that? And then you have this creeping on of the internet, which I kind of understand in one way, but I don't understand in another way. There should be room for the walk on the day. Do you know what I mean? It looked like I was booking. I won't mention there was one or two where I was booking it just to kind of be sure I could be there. And it's when I was reading the thing, is like there was a fucking tone to it, even though it's only text. There was a tone to it that I didn't fucking like. Yeah. And I was thinking, I started checking all the other ones because this is creeping in. This is shit. So then I had a little rant about that. And people, I have a rant for those who will see the blackbird to react and to start the fucking, if I'm pissing people off, fine. I don't care. But don't get all weird with me in public when we meet at a shoot. Have the conversation, you know what I mean? I'm trying to just say, are you sleepwalking into this fucking nonsense? Because that's what it looks like to me. It's like, my understanding might be wrong, but my understanding is IFAF represents all the clubs that are its members, we'll say. So if some fucking other crowd outside of Ireland, international crowd, say, look, your man's wife over there, she's an animal lover, okay? And the gorilla thing can't fly with your targets because she thinks it's, she probably doesn't even shoot archery, whatever. This is just hypothetical. So they go to all their other people, like IFAF, and say, look, this is what we're thinking. And IFAF should just say, that's nice, fuck off. Our crowd want to have what they have and they want to shoot what they shoot. They're not, it doesn't affect the bottom line, the score. The scores will be what they'll be. We're trying to encourage a next generation. So if you're bringing kids or younger people on, it's a fun thing, while at the same time, you're tricking them into a serious competition. So what's the problem with that? And this fucking nonsense about it being on the endangered list. I was asking at the last shoot we were at, did anyone know who you could get in touch with, who makes these decisions, like, or proposals even. But no one seems to fucking know. That's another thing, even with IFAF. Trying to talk to anyone about IFAF, because I was looking to see,
These things you bring up with Mark Devey.
Mark Devey.
Yeah, he is the international rep. He's the only one that can take an issue from IFAF to the IFAA.
But does that have to be IFAF board or IFAF members? Like club members of IFAF?
If you have an issue, you go and talk to Mark.
I put it to him and he represented it.
Yeah, he can find out. He's the international rep. But then you've got people like Lynn Ellingworth, who is the IFAA secretary.
Yeah.
Right. And it's these other. Then it's the rest of the European. IFA European Council and the International Council that make decisions.
But decisions it's not a dictatorship, is it? It's more of an association. We're associated with them. They don't dictate to us the way it's going to be. Like, they can propose things and we can say no.
They set the rules.
But the rules, you can't change the rules all the time. Like,
the IFAA set the rules.
The IFAF.
IFAA.
IFAA.
Yeah. They set the rules.
And this is a rule now that they're setting. But surely can anyone else see it's folly? This has to...
If it's because of endangered animals, then there's a load of other targets that need to be taken off the...
Look, you can go to a number of clubs and they're down half their targets straight away if that shit happens. What about are they gonna replace all those targets to obey to this bullshit? I just wonder, like, am I out of touch? Am I insane? Or are these people fucking whack, like, to come up with this bullshit? It's just, I just blows my mind.
Like some of the targets I understand, like the blue targets.
Blue targets.
Limerick have some. It's a contradiction in itself because it's supposed to simulate hunting.
Right.
Right.
Well, I think that's kind of out the window, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, dinosaurs and stuff. It's more, like I said, I think it's more about. I mean, who makes the targets first and foremost? Surely before they go spend a fortune on making targets and risk selling them, that they talk to people and say, is this going to be okay?
Well, that's why they make a series of targets which are approved, and then you get people that want to shoot something different, so they make them. And
yeah, and I know that there's a bunch of people who take archery very serious.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know there's a bunch of people who are probably in the majority who are, like I said, are kind of relatively new.
But see, the thing is, most people in the sport, especially in this country, it's nothing more than a hobby.
A hobby that's been nurtured from a lot
Is this
of them.
on already?
Welcome to the Blackbird, Dave. We're rolling.
Cool.
I'm always on.
Oh, okay. No bother. Just so I know.
Oh, yeah. The minute you walk in the door, it's on. Well, it
Right.
won't. But
Okay.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, there's people that take it very, very seriously.
Very seriously.
And
I mean, look, I take it fucking seriously
I
sometimes.
take it exceptionally
But
seriously.
at the same time, you need context. Like, even if this was my job, I'd have context. I'm not gonna go fucking. But I do just like to say, well, this is where I am. This is the environment. Where's the pushback going to be from? Or not pushback per se, but like, you know, you're thinking it's a free and open thing, and then you realise that there's a lot of fucking fuckery kicking in. And I don't like fuckery. I detest it. It fucking empowers idiots. And that's another thing I detest. And then idiots get brave. And then you've bullies. And then you've the likes of me getting kicked out of fucking archery because I'm going to smack one of these fucking idiots. It's all these
don't go
inevitabilities.
smacking anyone.
This is just the way my brain works. It goes through and it goes into the future. And it goes, well, to stop that from happening, we can discuss it here in conversations and hopefully find out X, Y, and Z and see if there's going to be changes. So, there you are.
Yeah, no, that's...
But you can't have a fucking... They can't be bowing down to the minority group.
But that's the way it always is.
Well, it shouldn't be. Let's change it.
It's you spend 95% of your time dealing with 5% of the people.
Well, I think...
and that's the way it is in life, no matter what aspect of life. There's always going to be that very small group of people which take up 95% of the time.
They should be just told to fuck off and grow up.
They should be, but they're not.
See, this is another... What I like to call it... Well, I've heard it called and I liked it. It's like a virus, a mental virus that has swept the fucking international community for the last, going on 10 years, we'll say. And I thought it was abating there, but it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be fucking putting up a bit of a fight. But common sense has left the building, like, a long time ago, you know what I mean? And it's just, it's like hunting season now. You know what I mean? Of a different order. You're going hunting a different type. And they're fucking like rabbits. They're popping up everywhere with their stupid heads and their stupid comments. Yeah. And it's hard not to just look at a fully grown individual and say, are you fucking kidding me? Do you know what I mean? That's when...
But it's the same when you start looking at... this is probably going to create problems. The whole gender thing.
Yeah.
Right? My opinion is there's two.
Always has been, always will be.
People out there...
With mental health issues.
I didn't say that.
I say it. Fucking it is what it is.
That's believe that there's all these other genders, and that very small minority are making all the waves, and we now have to accept what they're saying. But my thing is, what about what I'm saying?
What I'm saying shouldn't bother them. It's what I be doing should fucking bother them greatly.
No, I have no problem if that's what they want to believe and that's what they want to do. No problem. More power to them. But they shouldn't have the right to dictate how I feel. I don't have the right to dictate to them how I feel. Mm-hmm. Why should they do the same for me?
Absolutely.
And it's the same.
Bit tight.
That's right. No, just whatever's knocking there.
Batman.
It's and it's like that across the board.
Well, there is a lot of nonsense. Even in Ireland, in amongst clubs themselves, there's a lot of silly.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's kind of why I find it hard to be in a club. But then I have this belief that there's a club for everybody. You just gotta find it. It mightn't be the first few that you go into, but it's just sometimes maybe there isn't a club for you. Maybe it's just
that's just it's too easy for one person to make accusations.
It is too easy. Look, it's too easy for fucking people. My biggest problem with a club,
because they make the accusations and there's no recourse.
No recourse, responsibility. Or
when it's proven wrong,
yeah,
they just walk away scot free.
And you know what they say: you get a bad fucking heading in a newspaper.
That's it.
And it's forever staying the character.
That's it.
But it's my problem. I mean, that's a human issue, no matter where you are, unfortunately, and that's why I'm instilling in the boys this tough love business, kind of like be bulletproof mentally and physically. But when I'm in a club now, I think I had this conversation with Owen and Keith. I can't really remember because I was fucking wrecked after day one of the fucking jams in Dunbrody. We were sitting down and I was just fucking walloped. And I had maybe 2 beers and I had to go to sleep. But there was conversation going on and I wasn't trying to like say the way it should be or anything. I was just giving the way I see it from myself. And then it seemed to fucking people got excited, I don't know. But if you're in a club, surely be the fuck. The majority of people in the club should eventually, and when I say eventually, I'd be generous and say after 12 months of being in the club, surely be the fuck. They'll be going to the club shoots, minimum. The most of them should be doing it. Because, I mean, you can be righteous about a thing all you want, but unless no one else is fucking singing off the same hymn sheet, you're left there kind of confused. And then it's like, wait a minute, why am I flying your flag if I don't have them at my back? You know what I mean? You might have them at your back, all right.
That's it.
So it's like, and all the while, what suffers? Your fucking form, your performance,
and your mental,
and your time, and you're drained. And I'm like, I have to look at my own little part of the world and say, well, I'm kind of fucking, I'm kind of busy before I even get out of the house. The household in it of itself is demanding.
Oh, absolutely.
So I have to be very careful now where I extend my time and to who I extend it to. Because I don't want to be there just for the sake of being there. I want to be involved. I want to be taking part. I want to be in it. And I want to enjoy it. And that's with work, be it with the stone, be it with fucking the archery practicing, be it with the competitions. And it's like, that's it all in. So now I'm thinking, I think I have to cut some things off. So it's, you have to be very select. And why is no one else fucking taking this approach? You'd have to wonder. Instead of coming up with shit, that animal is going to be extinct, we should take it off target. It's like, shut the fuck up. You retard. You can't talk like that. That's just fucking so... It just blows my goddamn brain. I'm looking at these things and then... It's just... No, I don't know. I mean, I was under the impression from listening to y'all talking before you ever went to a shoot that there were so many shoots. They were like every other Sunday.
There was up until two years ago, there was a shoot on every Sunday.
Yeah, because I mean, this year
the
now is
club-
my first real full year going to shoots, and there's fuck all shoots, and I'm looking at the
There's
calendar,
nothing
man.
between June and July.
Nothing.
There's absolutely bugger all.
And there's been cancellations, and I'm like, is this to do with that fucking thing at the AGM last year, where they wanted to stop clubs having 4 or applying for 4 shoots in the course of a year?
See, the problem was I think the problem was there were clubs that were putting in for all these dates,
Yeah.
and the dates would rock around and they'd cancel.
See, that's the thing. That's why I think it doesn't have any harm to have 2 shoots on a Sunday at either ends of the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah. But then the thing is, the clubs that are holding the shoots, the numbers have gone up at the shoots.
The number of clubs or
No,
club
the
members?
number of people going to shoots
Yeah, this year.
this year has gone up.
You know why it's gone up? Because there's less shoots, and they're fucking going crazy. They want to shoot.
They do
So
wanna
they'll all
shoot.
go to the next shoot that's on. And that doesn't mean, like, you know, that will go away if you had more shoots. I'm sure of it. It's just, for me now, for example, I can only assume people everywhere have the same kind of reality hit them. There are shoots you're all excited about going to, and last minute, for some whatever reason, you can't make it. So there'll be a bunch of these scenarios where that's the case, and you'll miss Sunday, but next Sunday you'll be able to make that one. So you'll be kind of, well, at least there's next Sunday, but now it's like next fucking month you have to wait for a shoot. So, and then with the European, all right, it's people say what you want. I mean, I'm a 3D individual all the way, but at the same time,
Like myself, I love 3D.
3D is where it's at.
A bad day in the woods is a better day. Is better than bad day in the woods.
better
Shooting
than a
3D
good day
is
indoors.
better than a good day anywhere else.
Yeah. But the reason I want to go to indoors, aside from the fact that it's going to be the Euros and it's on our doorstep, I don't see me getting on a plane and going somewhere else for the Euros. It's just, I'll be honest, I might do for 3D, but it's on our doorstep, and it is a big. I'm hoping
It's an
it'll be
opportunity
event.
that doesn't come around very
Exactly.
often.
So it's go get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to that, and that's why but I was worried that you'd want to have a fairly beefy calendar on the run up to it, so you'll have the momentum, you'll have the physicality going on, and now it's stutter, and a lot of these fucking the ones that you probably love, the field and hunter rounds, which is grand. It's like, for me, that's like
No,
exams.
there's lots of field and hunter at the moment because of UKFAC next month. You got UKFAC in Scotland on, I think it's
Was
the
that
12th.
the case last year?
Yeah,
In the
you-
run up
there's-
to UKFAC? I don't think I went to any last year.
Yeah.
This year I'm not going to UKFAC, and I've
Yeah,
been to
see-
2 already. 3 maybe.
Clubs are now, so you're getting, clubs are growing, and they've now got finances, the money to put into putting in a field course as well as having a 3D course. Whereas before, it just wasn't there.
One or the other.
Yeah, and it was usually all 3D. A lot of people don't like shooting paper faces.
I'm not a fan of it, but I mean, it's saying that when I'm practicing at home, that's what I'm shooting at. It's paper faces. It's just easier, I suppose. And again, like I said, it's like if I could get all the time that I'd like to get. See, I have no routine this year, and that's affected me terribly. And then, you know, I've had the new bow, which has fucking been a stutter. See, I'd be afraid to go at the bow in case I break the bow. And I can justify that fear. But now the bow is
I'm only
tuned.
down the road. If you've got a problem with your bow, give me a shout. Come down.
Well, the bow is tuned up now. But here's the thing. I have to get a new string, okay? Now, I got a string, and it had 18 strands on it. Now, this is the string the cat had recently.
Yeah.
And what I noticed with that, prior to that, I had the blue one own made for when I had this bow in action. And that was super, because it took me a while to get used to the blue one, because it changed my gap and everything. Because I think it was lesser strands or whatever.
Yeah, more strands are slower.
So, and now that's what I had with the fucking 8. So now I'm thinking Olympic Dave tuned it up the rest of it there
Yeah.
the other day after the shoot in Black
Thurles,
Castle.
yeah.
And he did something at the tillers, so he maxed them out, so I have an extra 2 pounds. I don't know, I think I'm shooting at maybe 32, 34 now, maybe, with my all the factored in. So I'm thinking maybe would have, when it comes to the string, a 34 pound bow, maybe a 14 strand string, would that be too light?
No.
Because I was meant to get one off of Jose, but he only had the bigger string, the heavier string, at my measurement for the bow. So yeah, I'm thinking of 14, maybe 15, 16 maximum strands.
Well,
I wouldn't have thought about this a year ago. Like,
they don't come in odd numbers.
So what am I looking at in
14 or 16?
14. What would you think would be the best one to go with?
14.
14?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll chance this. Who else to send that to me? 14. One of the guys down in Black Castle. Because I got a longbow.
I see that.
I like the way the arrows fly off a longbow, man. But it's like,
Are you shooting wooden arrows off that?
I haven't even got arrows for that. I had all these expectations, but my own bow, my real bow, my Batman bow, I just didn't give it the time it needed, and now I paid for it. But now it's up, it's proper. So now I have to because I got a really cool new arrow rest, and it has an arm on it that acts as a plunger. Because I had terrible time with plungers and arrow rests. Even at the when I won the medal.
See, this is just it. You need someone in your club that knows how to tune this stuff.
Yeah, well, we don't have that yet. Yes,
Maybe it'll be you.
No. I don't have the time. But, you know what I do believe? It'll cost you time, but that's all it'll cost you. If you're willing to fuck it up and do what you think, you'll watch all your YouTube videos, your Jay Kaminsky's and all of that, and then you think you've got it, and then it's not right, it's fucked. And then someone will eventually come and show you how they're not even showing you how to do it. They're just doing it for you and explaining it to you. And some of that will stay with you. So it's like, even now talking about strands on a string, that wouldn't have been the case a year ago at all. You know, I just wanted someone to hand me the bow that's perfectly put together for me and let me shoot. That's all. But now it's like, okay, so I have to do all of it. Okay, I have to do it. And that was my big argument with David, the brother, about the compounders. Always bitching about their bow. I think I bitch more than any compounder this year about my bow.
But the problem is, that is a huge problem with a lot of people, is if there's a problem, they automatically blame the bow. They need to stop blaming the bow.
Ego can't allow you
and
to blame
start
you.
Practicing.
Yes, they do. But again, even practicing. I was practicing, I thought, fairly well. But then I went up and I did the coaching course. To be an instructor. Yeah. And I thought, shit, I've been doing everything wrong. We went because you go down to the hall and you get your bow and you shoot a few things and you're critiqued. And before that even happened, I was thinking, I think I might be doing this all wrong. And then
when did you do that?
What was the last? This year, was it February this year? But
okay.
I'm only halfway there because we had a fucking shoot on the next day. So there's myself, Phelim, and I think maybe 1-2 other people that have to do the second day. But it's in the bank, you know what I mean? But I have all this paperwork that I've been going through. I find it hard to read up on shit when it's all technical shit. I can go to sleep. I just doze off. Unless there's some violent description of something, I'm not really reading the fucking thing. But I have been trying. I have the folder. I'm looking at the folder every day and I'm like, I'll open it someday and I'll read it. But I do sporadically go through it. It's like a reference. I use it as a reference. I've yet to fucking Nick sent me an email. He wanted me to write down my shot process. You know, number 1, do this, number 2, and so on and so forth. And I go through it every time I'm practicing, but I've yet to write it down and send it to him. But I figured I have no date for the second half of the course, so there's no panic, I guess. And there really isn't. But yeah, that's been a revelation to me. And it's like, I know it's just me. Am I that kind of person where you have to fucking suffer your own failings before you learn anything? because some people can be told what to do. You're like programming them, and they're off to the races. I can't do this. I'm just a fucking knucklehead. I have to feel my way into it, use the force, feel the force kind of job, and it's not really working for me. Sometimes it works. I'm taking shots. I got some fucking nasty cool shots down in Dunbrody. And Mark Daly was on my team, and he didn't hit the fucking target at all. I got 3 on the page. It was, up the cliff kind of thing. But to be fair, I will say this: the first one just landed short, and I thought I was gapping at like 2 meters or something from the X in my mind. So I went 3 meters, and it was going nice and straight. But it's like the wind fucking caught it, and then the rest halfway it went like a fucking. A longbow arrow, the way they bob it away. So I thought the wind caught it and landed it. I was millimeters from the X, so that was like, hey. So that's probably the only really good shot I got on the whole.
I was sick as a dog for that weekend.
It was very heavy. The whole day, like
it took me a week to get over it. I was just.
Yeah, I wasn't great enough. But it's very taxing, dude.
Oh, yeah, but no, I was fluey or whatever coming into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have a good weekend at all.
Well,
but, these things happen.
You live and learn. Well, you live anyway. Yeah. What I've learned at that weekend, if you're going to sleep in your van, don't close the fucking doors. I think I was lucky to wake up that morning, man. It was because I had the tent set up in the back of the van.
Christ.
Do you see the state of the ground down there? You'd fuck your back up, like.
Yeah, that's why I don't camp anymore.
I like camping.
I can't.
I'm looking for the fucking mischief. Just if you get 2 hours of good crack.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there fucking, I want to be in it all the way and have the whole 9 yards. But next time, I found out that you can actually, when the Euros are on, down in the Set2 Arena, at the furthest car park from them, I think it's on a green belt, where you can camp there, and you can bring a wagon there or whatever. It's just there's no toilet facilities there. But I mean, it's a 5-minute walk from the arena itself. So if you can just get through the night and get your timetable down.
But with the Euros, you're going to bar inspection and registration on the Monday.
Yeah.
Then you'll shoot Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then you do one indoor round, so you'll shoot 60 hours.
Yeah.
Then you'll either shoot Wednesday or Thursday.
It's broken up nicely.
And then you'll shoot Friday. You do your second indoor round on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I was thinking...
You do the Flint round on the Wednesday or Thursday.
This is why I was thinking it's an awesome opportunity to fucking do some kind of coverage of the whole event.
Oh, absolutely.
With the podcast.
Yeah.
Because you can easily wear 2 hats at this. And if anything, I think it's a nice distraction while you're doing the podcasting thing. Yeah. You're only filming what you'd normally do with a shoot anyway.
Yeah.
Chit-chatting, meeting people.
Yeah.
How you getting on, how you find it, blah, 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 and so on and so
forth. It'd be a good opportunity to meet some of the top archers in Europe.
100%, yeah.
And get their views on targets.
Exactly.
And, see what the rules are in their countries. See what their national associations are doing.
I have a sneaking suspicion. See, I don't want to paint the whole continent of Europe with the one brush. But, okay, it's like, from an Irish perspective, because I'm Irish, that's all I know. It's like sometimes when you get into certain conversation topics with the Europeans, it's like you're dealing with fucking children. They have that gentleness to them. I'm not saying it's a stupidity or anything, but it is a gentleness. Whereas we have are you fucking joking?
You're very brash and direct and...
We're like, you don't really think that, do you? You know what I mean? You can't. You're a lovely person. You can't think it like that.
No.
Cop on. And then you get excited because you're like, are you fucking messing with me? And then it goes on. Tits up. But I still do love the fact that it's like, I come in here, it's only the last 2 weeks probably, when I be coming in here. If I'm going to be talking about archery, I have to have a little chat with myself before I turn on the camera, like. Don't get too excited now, because you might get kicked out of something. And then a part of me says, I fucking like to see him try it. It's just in me to fucking, if it looks like if there's fuckery afoot, I'm not able to sit down and just be quiet about it. So I have to say, why is this happening? It's silly. Why are you doing this? That's in my head how it goes. But then it's like, what the fuck? In reality, you get animated and loud. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I am very much looking forward to the European Championships. When I was booking the ticket and I saw the price, like, what the fuck? That's spicy. But then you have to, I suppose, in my head, I'm thinking, well, I don't have to get on a plane. No. I don't have to pay a hotel ridiculous money that I don't really want to give them. I'm trying to, in my head...
The last international that I did was the World Indoors.
In England, was it?
In England. And that was £130. And then you had...
travel, accommodation on top, food.
Yeah.
I mean, the Set2 Arena, how long does it take you to get to that?
45-50 minutes.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, I won't be staying down there.
I'll suss it out. I'd aim to stay maybe a couple of times, but not for the whole week. I couldn't do that. I'd be fucking killed. She'd fucking have me. She'd burn down the studio if I was down there for a week. But I don't know. Like I said, gotta get really organised about it, because I was looking on the IFAF website, and they're giving you all these options for accommodation, but they're all kind of Dungarvan, and they're a bit of, I suppose it's grand for all the foreigners that come into the country, or people travelling down from the north. For them it would be perfect. But if you're there and you're thinking, well, I want a double bubble here, I want to compete, and I also want to do the Blackbird, and I want a big circus fucking event. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be the circus. I just want to witness the circus, be involved in it, and fuck it, just because I think it's something worthy to promote. Because if you even got half, even on a bad day, in the woods, we'll say, if you got half the joy out of it that you get in a bad day, it's worth it. And the people you meet then, they're all fucking. It's there's no bad. The only bad I see is the nonsense that's creeping in, and I'm like, okay, surely IFAF aren't gonna tolerate that silliness. Surely they're gonna say, no, let's you do what you do. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Surely they'll do that, won't they?
Yeah. Well,
the last thing I'd want is to fucking even try to get involved in anything. Like, I mean, I don't even like being on committees. It just fucking drains my brain. Some people are fucking tailor-made for committees. I am not. Absolutely not. It's just, no. I don't, and I'm too. It's like, fuck. Gotta start saying no. So, because I know what it does, Jack. It's 24/7. It's messages at stupid o'clock. It's like bad customers. You just fuck off. You don't need it. Like,
and it's always the same people. It all goes back to this.
And no one listens. And then you come up with a cure for all the world's, and then they're like, well, what you mean? Well, it's a clearly presented fucking solution. Let's do it. Well, we'll have to get a vote on that. I'm like, veto their fucking vote. This is the law now. Follow it or fuck off. That's the way I see it.
That's a dictatorship.
Well, sometimes they work. A soft dictatorship, I'll say it with a smile. Give them a little present. Go on, get out. So the Flint round, there's a few, is it Wexford have like, when there's no shoots on, you can go down and shoot the woods in Wexford, I think, like an outdoor Flint round?
No, they have the Field and Hunter set up.
All right.
They also have a 3D round set up. Limerick have both.
So every weekend kind of
is
it?
Yeah.
They're fucking shit at promoting this, aren't they?
Well, it's mainly for their club. All it is for their club members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selfish of them, isn't it?
No, not really. No.
I'm only joking, James. You know I love you. James
You
is
know.
a mad cunt.
I was down there. I shot Wexford Thursday last week. Then I shot Thurles on Sunday, and then I shot Limerick on Tuesday.
That's busy.
Yeah,
That's
and
a lot of
then
driving.
I shot a double indoor Tuesday night, indoor Wednesday, indoor Thursday, indoor last night.
Fuck.
Because just
Flint?
because of the weather. No, just straight indoor rounds. I got a couple of young fellas that are training for the Europeans.
Oh, cool.
So they're going to be shooting.
Is it all compounds?
No, recurves and compounds. No, but we are set up to shoot the indoor Flint round.
Well, that's fucking handy.
Yeah, so.
Because do you ever think when you're coming, all right, it's on the horizon. You wanna come up with some kind of a loose plan, like a loose timetable when you're gonna hit X, Y, and Z, so you kind of land in there in some kind of form, as opposed to being burnt out,
Exactly.
mentally and physically.
Yeah.
So that's in my head how I've been kind of looking at it. I'll be like, okay, don't take your eye off it because it'll be here like that. Get your bow where it belongs. So there's no. Dude, I put this fucking arrow rest on it straight out of the box, and I thought, yeah, I'd say that's it. It's good to go. And Big Siri was looking at me shooting, and suddenly goes, "What's wrong with your bow?" I was thinking I scored not too bad. But I was probably subconsciously compensating physically for the shots after a while.
Yeah.
But the fucking arrow was like out here nearly. You know what I mean? I was like doing all this kind of matrix bullshit to fucking make a simple shot. But now it's fucking right up to it's right where it should be. And I was like, Jesus. Because again, it was like, I was afraid I'd break something. Do you know what I mean? But Dave just had it off. He fucking twisted a few bits and jammed them in and tightened them up. There you go. Good to go. And we went shooting it. I might have to get a 600 spine instead of a 7. He said it was a bit stiff. But like I said, I need a good week of shooting that now just to get back to like where am I at gapping wise on a 20 and on a 10. So where's my gap at? Because even with that heavy string I got, I would gap the X on a fucking 20 just for curiosity, and I get the fucking X. I was like, what? That's not right. At 20 yards getting the X, gapping out an X. So I was like, that threw me then for about 4 months. And I was thinking, maybe you just got to get used to the string. And then I was shooting Limerick for that. Was it a Field and Hunter?
Yeah.
And I just fucking hell, to get a 60 yard, I'd have to fucking aim for the moon, like, which was crazy. Usually, back in Laois when I was shooting that ball, if I was at 60 yards, I'd go about a metre up off the fucking backstop, let's say, and that would get me on the page. This wasn't even getting me. I was meters short aiming for the moon with this heavy string. So that got me into strings. Then I was like, okay, so the bows, in my head I thought the bow was fine. It was fine. I mean, it was just the arrow, but that was an aiming thing more than anything. The string was just too fucking heavy for me, and it was just fucking up everything. So I don't even know how I ended up with that particular string. You know me now. Oh, look, that looks nice. It's the right height. Sure, I'll buy it. But you never think of the thickness. And I was watching a few videos about it, and I was like, oh, I'm a thick cunt. I never get this far. There's always something you're not paying attention to. And then when you're all about that, it's like you're fucking up your release, or you're not. You know what I mean? It's all so I lost the fun. So I had to have a chat with myself about that, and I said, look, get the bow sorted and fuck everything else. Just have fun. Because when I have fun, I hit the target. And I have to stop listening to what people, oh, you're doing that wrong, or you're doing this wrong. I'm like, fuck you. I'm hitting the target, okay? That's the objective.
That's it.
For me, that's the objective. Hit the fucking target. I did get a bit confident at one stage, and I was like, well, I'm hitting the target. Maybe I should aim for the X's, try to get the fucking X's. And I was losing arrows then. They were just bouncing off of shit. But it was still kind of, I was nearly there. The ones I lost were deflected off the target.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, that doesn't count. It's just, a shitty fucking target. Bounce. Motherfucker. So how often are you going to be doing flint round now with the Euros in mind? And when would you intensify that?
I'll be shooting. I'm gonna get I'll get Yukifak out of the way.
Yeah.
Which is July, middle of July.
It's not a long way, is it?
Middle of next month.
Yeah.
It's only 4 or 5 weeks away.
Yes.
And then I will be concentrating on 3D till September.
Yes.
But I'll be shooting indoors and flint rounds at least probably once a week.
Yeah, sporadically kind of.
Yeah. Till then. And then come September, it'll be nothing but flint and
20 yards.
20 yards.
From what month?
From September.
September.
Yeah.
Should have fuck all happen after that, is there? There might be 1 or 2 shoots after.
No, there's a few.
A handful maybe.
Yeah.
Although that's the whole year. A fucking handful. It's a shit year, man.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, with clubs, it's always the same 5, 6, 7, 8 people that do all the work.
Yeah, well, that's true.
And this time of the year, there's always a lull because people are going on holidays and internationals are on. So when the weather is supposed to be fine,
yeah,
here comes
on
cue, the heavy rain. Yeah. So when the weather is supposed to be fine, you'd expect that's when you want to have your shoots on. But that's when people are away on holidays and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna miss the fucking Monster 100. It's a Monster 100 that I was fucking so looking forward to that.
Why are you missing that?
Because we'll be in Prague with the boys.
Oh well.
I'll get over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that going to be an annual thing, do you think?
No, because I can't see it being an annual thing, because then it would interfere with the Dumbrody 100.
All right.
Yeah.
Dumbrody, what are they having in? Is it October? There's some fucking big thing on.
I don't know. I'm not looking that far ahead yet.
I wasn't either. It's just they were saying to me when I was down there about they want to have some kind of coverage of that.
Right.
And in my head I was thinking, I'm going to shoot in the fucking thing if I'm going there at all. But then I was thinking, well, maybe, you know what? Maybe the practice would be a good thing for the Euros, just to get into the habit of
any shooting is good practice.
Oh, absolutely.
Any shoot that you do.
Sure, in my head I was thinking, because I have the paperwork on how to set up shit now. So I'll be referring to that, and I have a few fucked up arrows around the place. So what I'll do is I'll get the numbers of the distances for the flint round.
Mm-hmm.
The big fucking backstop is a bit shaky at the moment, so I have to, when I get a chance, I'm gonna straighten that up a bit, make it a bit more secure, and then I'm just gonna have my arrows all the way back.
30, 25, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10 and 20 feet.
So 30 is the maximum.
30 yards.
See, that's all. Does
At
it go
35
to feet at some stage?
Yeah. You've got 20 feet.
Yeah. Which
is 11 yards.
So I'm going to have my arrows coming off of that guy just for that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get the brain
So
wired.
You've got your 20 feet, 15, 20, 25 and 30.
And is that just 1 arrow a distance?
No, it's 4 arrows at each distance.
4 arrows.
And you jump up and back.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't mind that too much. It's just getting those distances gapped right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. And then I thought I'll go to one of these fucking shoots, but I can't be relying on just someone having a shoot. I have to be more organised that way. And even now, I mean, you get a good enough fucking, you get nearly from the gate there, you probably get 40 yards here. Like maybe at a stretch 45. But it's getting the time to do it is another thing.
That's where I'm lucky. I've got indoors 30 yards. You could push it back to 35. And then outdoors, we've got 60.
Yeah.
Like directly outside the indoor range.
Yeah.
And then we can go the next field. We have it marked out to 80.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's for the UK fact, is it?
Yeah.
80's a bastard, man. I'm usually a metre shy every time. Usually. But I was thinking that was great. For me, that was great. Because my setup would be slow and light, so the elements would affect me as well.
But you have one shot at 80, one shot at
70, 60.
And then you've got 60, 50.
Yeah.
And then...
See, if you fuck up at 80, that could chain reaction on the rest of them. For me, anyway, I'm such a diva, like. In my brain, it's just the way it farts about.
Just got to remember that your last arrow has no bearing on your next arrow.
Yeah, but it's me and usually arguing. It's like, you take cunt. How did you miss that? You got that easy yesterday. What are you doing?
At least you're not blaming your equipment.
No, trust me. I know who's driving this machine, and it's the dope here. Like, but it's just when I'm about to give up, I pull some fucking series of shots off, and I do it when I'm enraged with myself. And it's like that energy focuses me beautifully. And I get some fucking... I'd be like, did you see that? That was awesome. And then when I calm down, I'm all relaxed. And I'm like, well, I can do it. And then I go and it shits the bed. Nothing happens. And then I'm like, okay, what the fuck? There's zero energy. No angry, no happy, no sad, no nothing. Just nada. Like, what happened there? Like the indoors this year. I went down there all like gung-ho. The excitement wasn't there that was there the previous year for whatever reason. I don't know what, because what happened there? It's like you know the feeling you get when you're uninterested, but you are interested, but that energy isn't there. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I shot someone else's target at one stage. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, that happens too.
I wasn't happy about it because I'm above all that human bullshit, okay? I'm above all that. I show up.
You're a machine.
Well, yeah, I suppose sometimes. I mean, I have it in my head. This is me going down the car. I'll settle for bronze. No training or fuck all, like, you know. Yeah, I'll settle. And I'll be dead serious. And I think I got rid of all these conversations I'd have with myself when I'd be going to places. Now it's usually I just fucking listen to someone or talk with someone or whatever. Whereas before I'd be drilling it into my fucking mind. You can't. There's no Olympics unless you fucking do X, Y, and Z. I'm not interested in going to the Olympics, but it's like a bar.
Yeah.
And it's when I was doing that, when I was pushing myself before I even got there, it left a taste in my brain where the performance would come. And now it's like, sure, you'll be grand, you've been training, la la la, this softly nonsense. And it's hot and cold. So I'm going to revert back to type now. Go, listen, cunty, let's go down here and let's scorch the fucking art.
See, I've gone the opposite. I go to a shoot with no expectations. I go with the sole purpose of making sure I execute each of my shots.
Yeah, that's lovely if you have that kind of discipline. I mean, as much as I love the idea of discipline, again, it's like something that I grab a hold of it, and 6 months later it bucks me off, and I'm like, fuck this discipline bullshit, and I want a total different other way, you know. So again, it's another thing about archery. It's a serious learning curve, and not only about shooting the bow, it's about you and your approach to the whole thing, and how it affects everything else.
Yeah,
and I've realized
90% mental.
I'm like a butterfly in a tornado. I'm just fucking all over the place, like. So if I do,
but
really
that's just
well,
you pick up a bow and you make some really big gains really quickly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
wall, bang.
You get to a certain level and you go, right, I'm doing really well. I should be gaining.
Yeah.
And then
repeat nothing.
Absolutely. Yeah, like you said, wall.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know?
fucker, man. Because it's
Yeah.
like, what did I do wrong? Didn't you start doubting everything you've done? Because it's just like, I'm way better than this.
Mm.
And then I go up to the likes of Mark Daly and Mick Jagger, I'm gonna fucking retire you motherfuckers. I'm gonna beat you so bad. And then I shit the bed. And I shit the bed every other time. Like, what the fuck's going on? Someone's got a voodoo doll going on and they're stabbing the shit out of me. But it's in my, I've seen it, I know it's there, but it's like I'm locked out. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I try
More
all
practice.
these different approaches. Laugh at it, you know, be the clown, and just, it might soften its grip on, you know, your form. Like, this is a modifier. It's like I'm playing chess with myself and I'm losing.
Just relax and have a good time.
I have too much of a good time, it seems, these days. But no, I had this, how would you say it? I wanted to do it regularly. So that's why I got my knickers in a knot when I saw the calendar was just shit in the bed on us. And then it was like, you can't point the finger at anybody. Because like you said, it's fucking hard enough for a club to run a normal thing. No, I ain't fucking have shoots ready and have the personnel to fucking get a shoot ready. It's a big one, and you know, no one's getting paid. So that's like, fucking hell. Can we do better? And then you know, you can't be, who do you point, you can't point the finger at anybody.
No.
And it's just like, just get on with it and just take what you can. But then you're like, but my momentum. So you're probably coming from the selfish aspect again, because how am I meant to be a champion if you're not going to put on all these shoots for me, you know?
But that's, at my place, I have the backstop set outdoors out to 60. But then I have a load of 3D targets.
Yeah.
And I shoot my group fours I have group fours at 30 and 40 yards.
Right.
So the little ones, like I'm shooting like him. I have one like him at 40 yards. And I'm practicing on that. And then that's a group four.
Miss small. Aim small, miss small.
There you go. And then I have group three at 50. And I have a group 2 and a group 1 at 60 yards.
Fuck. The closest I get to that now is, you know those sticker notes?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll put on the backstop, if anything. Usually I'll find the lines. So just work on your grouping. Just try to get it all there. Just try to remember all those things.
I think you need to be practicing on what you're going to be shooting at.
Yes.
You know, so I know that when I'm shooting 3D, I'm looking for the circles. You know, on the animal.
Yeah. I'm just looking for the animal.
Yeah. When I'm shooting indoors, if I'm shooting 20 yards, I'm shooting a 5 spot. If I'm shooting a flint round, I'm shooting a 35 centimeter at 30 yards. And
just fine tune the precision.
Yeah. I know my bow's going to hit. If I get everything right, if I get it right, my bow's going to hit. My arrow's going to hit. Like my bow is tuned
to death. Yeah.
And it all comes down to me. So if what I'm training for is what I'm seeing, you know, so what I'm going to be shooting in competition is what I want to be seeing through my scope. Yeah. When I'm training.
Yeah. Climatize.
Yeah. Yeah. Write down, like, but I do it with everything. It's like what clothing I'm going to be shooting in.
That's a big one, actually. Like the clothing one.
Yeah. You need to, you know, if you want to be,
you want to be comfortable, like.
Yeah, but it's not only that. Everything wants to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know.
Give yourself the best chance.
That's it. Make sure that everything you're doing in training is geared towards competition.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, because I was wearing combats going to the woods and stuff, and afterwards, like, fucking stupid combat. But I have these jeans that I got. They're like fucking stretchy jeans or something. Awesome.
Yeah.
To wear going to a shoot. Awesome. So comfortable all day long. And it's like, okay, I can't put X, Y, and Z in my pockets because you want nothing in your fucking pockets. So then I have to look at my quiver completely differently. So okay, so what can I want my phone, I want cigarettes, and I want water. And maybe a bag of jelly
But
babies.
that's like with my all my back issues. People looking at me funny now because I have my quiver and there'll be a couple of arrows in it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the quiver and everything else is empty, and I now carry my stool. Has my spare arrows in it. It has my rain gear in it. Has a couple of snacks in it.
They're handy things. Those.
Especially when.
Is that like Anto's one?
Similar.
Yeah.
Mine's it's the boning one.
Right.
And it's brilliant, really is. Super comfortable. Just sit on it, umbrellas attached to it. And the thing is, I use the umbrella more for the sun.
Yeah, shadows and stuff.
Yeah, so especially when the sun's behind you and you're looking into your scope and everything, and it looks like a mirror and you can see everything behind you. Nothing in front of you. So
Nothing ideal.
Umbrella behind you, and all of a sudden you can see.
Yeah.
So I carry all that stuff in that now, and it takes the weight off my back, off my hips, off my lower back.
Jeez, it does make sense because even, I mean, I would say I'm perfectly healthy, relatively fit. With the walk from the base camp at Black Castle down to the first target.
Absolutely.
God, I was like,
me.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's whatever the way that it's moving on your lower back and on top of your hips. It's like, fuck. I only walk from here to here, but it's a long walk nonetheless. And, there's...
And it's on uneven ground, on stones.
Yeah, I would say maybe you should get the fucking thing for the back. I don't know. It's there's a list a mile long of things to fucking still figure out, like, and it's
especially I initially got the stool for Field and Hunter because a lot of the times you especially when you've got say 4 or 5 compounders or 4 compounders shooting in one group. Yeah, 4 compounders shooting 4 arrows each can take an age.
Yes.
So while they're taking their shots, I'm sitting down having a rest.
Yeah, that's clever. That's wise. It's a good idea. Because
you want to conserve.
I'm just gonna say it, like, some fucking lads in my division will say in my category. Now, look, each to their own, fine. But these fucking guys with their cards, they take an age. It's like shooting with a compounder for the best. The time they take, like, it's like double checking, and all this shit. And I'm like, just shoot the fucking bow. I mean, I get up to the point where I could be in the course of the day, if I'm first to shoot, as soon as everyone's there, I'm shooting. And I mightn't even do the proper procedure for myself, just get it fucking there, get it out. And I'm waiting again for like 20 minutes. Fuck. So that again, momentum, it attacks my momentum. Because
you get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
And when that rhythm gets broken,
it's a struggle then. It really, even just walking through the woods can be a fucking struggle then. It's like, this is the change. I need something. I need to be in a different team or whatever. Or if there's a slow bus in front of you, Jesus Christ. That's a killer, man. I'd be like, as soon as we get the break, we fucking jump him. No matter. That's the way it's going to go. So yeah, it's fucking the silliest of things that'll throw you. But it's like, it's still, I don't know, I have to dig up my old, I had a book there that I used to write everything in, like scores and shit, at shoots. I know I'd like to think there's been a steady progression in the scoring. But yeah, it's been a very fucking interesting year so far. Not as enjoyable as last year, but it's been more important. That kind of way. Yeah. You're like, this is setting me up nicely for next year. It's that kind of thinking, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's a fucking trip. I need to be getting more fucking consistency in. But See, you can say, yeah, you can go to the woods whenever the fuck you want, but blah, blah, blah. But the woods, for me, by the time I get into a position to go to the woods, it's fucking stupid o'clock already. Then it'll take me an hour to get there. Say 20 minutes. By the time you're at your first target, that's an hour and a half. And then, you know, you'll probably do, what will you get, an hour and a half shooting maybe? Mm-hmm. And then you've another fucking hour home. Sure, you can't be doing my kind of job the next day, and then you have to tend to the kids, and it's just like, fuck this, something's got to give, like.
You can always come down to my place.
I'll have to come in up to the Euros now. For the Flint thing. Because I'd be like, you know, I wanna just not have it really affect my whatever. I just want to get more shoot time.
You need your bow fitness.
Yes, stamina and all of that. I need that. It's been getting a bit better, but my God Almighty, I started the year in a terrible place. It's like, am I out of shape or what? But it's just a lack of practice.
If you look at all the top guys, they're all shooting a couple of 100 hours a day at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. You look at the top guys in the US, and they're shooting 400 hours, 500 hours a day. But that's what they do for a living.
Yeah, I got a few days in a row there where I do 60 hours, and I was feeling very good about that, because I was every time I'd shoot with say 5 hours, I was there was just a reason for it. I was like, I'll try this, try that, and blah blah blah. But then on the third day, I think it was, I went to pick up the bow. Now this is nothing to do with archery. This is something that happened outside of archery. It just I had this fucking tennis elbow thing just pop up out of nowhere. Lucy got it too. I think it's from Junior, to be honest, when he grabs you and he was shaking the shit out of you. Like, Christ, you don't expect it.
No.
But so I was trying to just fucking ignore it and kick on. But then I was thinking, I don't want to fuck anything up now. I want to look into this. And so there's some exercise I've been doing, and it's been way better. And the fact that I said, fuck you, kick on. So, you know, when it hurts, you grab the hammer harder and you fucking hit the stone harder. And just fucking kick on through. But it seems like there's still a weakness there.
The older you get, the longer it takes to heal.
There's a weakness there, and it's like this again. I'm having arguments with my body, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get better already. Yeah. So no, it's one of those years, Dave. A year of revelations, and they're not good. They're like, fuck. No. Thought I had some kind of deal or I'd get a pass.
Yeah.
But even, you know, keep yourself in shape. It's like, oh my God, I hate this shit. But you have to do it.
It's finding the motivation to do it. Well, once you're doing it, not a problem.
It's enjoyable. You get into it.
Getting over that first.
I start looking at photographs from a year ago or 2 years ago. Jesus, you're fat. Get at it.
Yeah.
And the job will keep you relatively fit. But I've seen lads that look like bears who do my job. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? If they're doing what I'm doing, like. But they use a lot of saw. I'm very reluctant now to use the saw, because it's just in my head. I want that kind of a finish. And this fucking saw business, even though I should use it more, I probably will end up using it more, but for now it's no.
Like my place is always open.
What's your what timetable do you have?
Well, the range is kind of open 4 nights a week.
Right.
But then, like, if you wanted to come down during the day, just give me a call. If I have different groups come in. Yeah. I work with a couple of disabled groups and a homeschool group and this sort of thing. So they come in during the week, during the weekdays. But outside of that, the range is there to be used.
And how's it going since you got the extension done?
Flying. When we have a busy night, what we can do is we split it. So we have beginners and kids shooting one direction, shooting 10 yards one way.
Right.
And then we have the adults and senior kind of archers shooting 20 yards the other way.
Well, that's handy.
So we've had 28 people shooting in there all at once.
That's fucking handy.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, I really must get to the woods more. The fucking years, it's a years the year flying.
Yeah.
It's scary how fast time is going. It's like
we're halfway through 2025 already.
What the fuck happened there?
Yeah.
I don't like it. Getting time to do nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's. Do you ever do the visualization? You know, if you don't get it, so that's what I've been doing a lot of. Like in my head, just before I go to sleep, kind of thing. I'm thinking like, what down to I'm micromanaging every step of my form. We'll say my shoot cycle, and in my mind, I'm doing super, but it's like there's no consistency when I'm doing it in reality.
But that's when you want to be thinking about it. You know,
because my focus is another issue. I noticed I had a problem.
Too many people focus on where the arrows are landing.
Yeah.
And not what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they should be focusing here.
Yes.
Not.
Yeah, well, that's
down there.
That's what changed.
Because the thing is, once you get that right,
down
and
there,
you get it right,
improves.
that improves.
Yeah, but even the fucking. Well, where's I shooting my bow now? Yeah, I've changed my knocking. My not my knock. What you fucking call it?
Your anchor point.
My anchor point. It used to be fucking here. Now it's here. Yeah, it's there every time. I kind of have my thumb there. And I have to be very mindful of my bow arm because my fucking bow arm is moving all the time. I could get my arrow on target, right? And then I'll gap wherever that is in my mind at that distance. And just as it's coming up to where I should be releasing, my arm is still dropping. But it don't get up there. And even when I loose the arrow, the fucker's still moving. And am I overthinking it? Probably. So there's all these silly little things that I have to fucking be on top of. No wonder I'd be wrecked at the end of a shoot, man. Like, oh, fuck. Bait.
Small bit of coaching would do you the world of wonders. Just little things. And that's all it is little things.
Fine tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to fine tune you.
Well, best to look at that.
And
I'm a temperamental cunt, like.
Yes, I know this.
You know. But mostly for the best part of things.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just fine tuning what you're doing.
Yeah, I was videoing myself shooting there for a spell, and that's because who did it? I think Keys came up the day. Him and Phelan were videoing me, and they showed me the video. See, and I was, what's the problem? I don't know, because I was trying to explain what they're. It's like we're both looking at the same thing, and where they saw a problem, I said, no, that's not a problem. That's my process. And they're like, and that's the problem. I was, you don't understand it. But then again, I had so many things going on with the bow. You can't explain that in that moment because they're not really fucking. They don't want to fucking know. Why would they? They want to shoot their fucking time, and of course they do. So that's kind of, you know, in my head. Then I'm like, I'm conscious of taking up someone else's time. I don't want to be bothering anyone. I said, look, I'm working on this. Okay. To go to Castle Lyons shortly. So yeah, there's all these things that I have to fucking do.
More than welcome.
Well, I'll take you up.
Everyone is. You know, if people want to come down, shoot at my place, give me a call. It's not expensive. Because
I was saying it. No one was saying it. I wouldn't do it to a coach. I wouldn't say, coach me. I wouldn't do it to them because I'd break their fucking brain. I know I would because I break my own brain. But at least I know that I'm committed to getting to a particular standard.
You see, that's where a lot of people, they can see a problem. They're not over. They know one way of fixing it, and that one way doesn't always suit a person. You know, and then they try and you're doing this, and this wrong. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
You know, get that thing right first, then move on to the next thing. And once that first thing is ingrained and they're doing it right, then you move on to the next thing.
Something to build on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just one thing at a time.
Because I have this idea in my head of where I can walk into any wood, any course. marked or unmarked, and I just know how I'm going to hit that target by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, there's no thinking involved. It's just like, oh yeah, I know, and just off I go, and still be under the banner of fucking hunter recurve, as opposed to trad.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have a trad bow as well, I just gotta get. That's a trad bow. It's got a shelf and everything, so I just gotta get new limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I have these bows. In my head, it's like someday.
That's the one you just ran out and bought.
Yeah, I broke my nose nearly with the fucking thing. It's a 50-pounder, like. So I have to unbolt that and get new limbs first. But again, it's like, at this stage, it's just a collection of fucking bows I have as ornaments on my wall. Like, you know what I mean? I think this is a sickness. But the bow I'm shooting, fucking love that bow. I love that bow. I mean, I loved that bow, but it wasn't that bow's fault. Where it was the bits I put on it were the fault. The fucking plunger, the arrow rests. Nick Sirius going on about a particular arrow. I call it the spaghetti. That's the only way I can remember some fucking spaghetti thing, and he swore by it, and I got it.
Spigarelli or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was great when I was shooting at home. I got on to Wexford, I think, and on the fucking the first time I go to practice before I shoot was Wexford, and I'm there, and the fucking thing it literally blew up. It's just fucking the arrow being just going over there, and like, what happened there? Something fell out or what? It just took a shit on me. So then I put on these stick-on guys, which I was using for a while, which were handy, but they're not ideal.
No.
You know, especially for indoors.
No.
They're not ideal for me. But then I blamed the bow, of course, and then I was on the road to recovery with the bow. Then the birthday came and the lads got me the bow for the birthday, which was like genuinely delighted.
You see, the other thing is you spend all this money on good equipment.
And then I fuck it up. I'm the brand.
No. You've got a good riser, good limbs.
Yes.
Don't cheap out on a string.
No. But what can you do with a string? Like, you can only get them where you can get them. I mean, what would you pay for 20 euros, which says...
20, 30 euro for good...
But I mean...
recurve string.
What brand is a good recurve string, like? Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah. Talk to Dave McCaffrey.
Oh, he actually mentioned some crowd in England, but
yeah.
I fucking forget. Don't want to be annoying him.
Yeah. And then, you know, get a decent set of arrows.
Well, I've to... the arrows now are a trick. The string is pretty much sorted, because I know what I'm doing with the string. But the arrows now have changed also, because now instead of 7s, I'm going to 6s. But
and then you want, you know, decent arrows, properly fletched, tuned, cut right point weight.
See, that's another fucking chapter in a big book.
But when everything's right.
Yeah, I get you, but I don't know. It's like you said, you don't want to be spending big money unless you know what the fuck you're doing. You know, I don't want to get expensive arrows and then be looking for them in the Brody somewhere. Like, fuck, because I'm still losing the odd arrow.
But everyone does. Or my problem now is hitting them.
But when I lose an arrow, it's not like I'm down money. It's like I'm after failing myself, and then I'll start beating myself up about that. I'm a loser, but I'm a winner. But right now I'm a loser. But you know, and it goes on.
Yeah.
So there's mental health issues abound, and it's all down to where the arrow lands. So, but sometimes it's great when my nemesis see me pull off the good shots, like Mark and Mick Seri. They say, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But like Mick would tell me, like, don't be thinking about it. Just keep doing it. He said it'll come good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah.
But that's where that little bit of coaching.
Yeah, I guess. Because the way he be talking, sometimes it's like he's talking to a problem child, for fuck's sake. Having tantrums all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will be putting I have my plan in my head of where it's all geared towards March, we'll say. That's like the finale. But September, October, I think after October, I was thinking to start implementing, like, turn the screw on it, and then going into Christmas, turn the screw again, and then February, really turn it up, and then sitting it for February, going into March. That's my plan. So
Well, we'll have the national indoors before the...
I don't know about going to the national indoors this year. It's up in Cavan, is it? Or next year, sorry.
Is it?
I think it's in Cavan. I don't know why they took it out of the fucking... Probably because they have the other thing on in March. But as far as I know, it's some...
Oh, Craig Avon are holding it.
Is that it, Craig Avon?
Don't know.
That's what I've been looking at, but I can't even believe shit I see on the fucking computer or the phone half the time. I'm like, really? So...
It's a long way for a lot of people.
It is. And they'll... I don't know, it's just like, for what it is, I'm thinking, nah, I'm good. I just fucking... That's why I gotta get my plan down. If I stick to my plan, whatever the outcome at the end of the day, then it's like, well, you did well enough, you stuck to your plan. In this moment in time, you got where you need to be.
Yeah.
And, you know, a fucking driving up there, staying overnight for that's not going to change it. You know, it's more of an ego thing. So I don't know, but I want to get to more 3D shoots, and I want to shoot the fucking gorilla, and I want to shoot the werewolves, and whatever the fuck else they have, and get better.
Like, I'm going up to Limerick tomorrow.
What's on Limerick tomorrow?
Nothing. Just going up to
Is that
shoot around.
shoot paper or 3D?
3D.
Tomorrow, I'll have to get in touch with my boss and see what my time. Oh, that's very good now this year. But it's been easy for her to be very good because there's been very few shoots that I can go to. But you know yourself, the politics.
Tomorrow's Father's Day.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely won't be able to go, so.
Why? Your Father's Day present.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, no, I'm heading up. Shoot around.
I love going to Limerick. Limerick is a cool wood. I thought when we were going to do the paper faces, that we were going into the woods. Then we went to this fucking bog from hell with these thorn bushes from fuck. They were like, I told them get his trimmers, damn it. But look, it was good. It was good practice. Yeah. So look, we'll touch base. Come here. Do you want me to put this up on the tifam thing as well?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on there. Do you want to say more about your range? You have a Facebook page, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can get in touch on Facebook.
Galty Archery Range and School.
Galty Archery Range and School, cool.
Yeah.
And you'll find out all you need there, folks. Get practicing. We got big. Don't actually. I'm going practicing. You're grand.
But yeah, if people want to get practice in, they more than welcome to come to my place.
Pace yourselves, kiddies. Pace yourselves, because you can damage yourselves too.
Coaching, tuning,
Yeah.
recurves, all compounds.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I have shot both.
Yeah, he's just a bit mental on the old recurve or the compound. Hang on there, I'm going to put that there so we can try to get our heads on either side of it for the cover of the thing.
Yeah.
When I edit it,
Uh huh.
just put it there. It's a fucking dose trying to work around this thing. See, I'll put the normal one. I'll cut this out now for the blackbird.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll put it in for the black. We might want to duck down here. Alright. Tifam. Alright, Marston. Professor.